Hey. Oh, so yeah, we are live right now. This is Compass 1.0. This is the first class for the art of goal setting and achievement. Yes. So let's just wait a few minutes for more participants to join in. If you hear, drop something in the comments. Let me know that you are here, you are jiggy, you are excited. Just drop a comment. Let me know. I can see you already. Just drop a comment. Ooh, love it. All right, so I just actually just did a session on Instagram, so I'm just trying to wrap that up and post it. Or just a random Instagram live session. I always say, guys, late coming is disrespectful. Even if it's 2 minutes, 2 minutes lateness, there should be a reason for it. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video. Not just the live, but like it outside of the live. Good evening, Moyo. Good evening, Team Talk. Good evening, lovers. Good evening, every other person that will tell me good evening and I might not see it. Okay, so let's get right into it. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? For me, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great today. But I'm out here because I'm supposed to be here. I'm here because I didn't want to postpone the class. I didn't want to say, oh, everyone, we're gonna be doing this again next week. Yeah, I like the way you're calling each other captains now. I love it. That's the energy. So yeah, I didn't want to postpone anything because I mean we're supposed to be here. It's a date. Also, my calendar is blocked already. So I took ill on Saturday night, which was an emergency that I never expected, and it really changed a lot of things. I've had to be to rest. I've had to just like of course stay committed to taking medications and all of that. So guys, let me just to make a story out of this or some sort of motivation out of it. I actually just shared on Instagram. Sometimes you be faced with certain challenges that you don't expect to come. You don't expect them to come your way. You're like, no, from where to where? But you just have to push through and continue with what you have planned to do. You have to actually push through. So, for example, take this as, oh, let's say I said I'm postponing this class to the next 2 weeks because actually it would take me about 2 weeks to recover and be so strong. Let's say I'm postponing this class to the next 2 weeks. Everybody is gonna be like, why? We've been waiting these 2 weeks. God, don't do this. But I didn't do that because I believed I could work it out. So I'm going to be taking a lot of water sips. We're gonna get this done. So you're welcome. This is ship one's class, and if you're in ship 1 and 2, that's fine, as long as you can be consistent and committed to the activities and to just being serious in class. So quick announcement: there will be some changes to how the dynamic of the class will be. I'll most likely share this on the group so that everyone will be able to see it. But right now, we will no longer be having um, classes live on YouTube twice in the week. We're going to be having it once in the week. And this is because of some recent and important changes that have been made to my timing. But nonetheless, we're still going to have interactive sessions. So for ship one, your major class days will be on Tuesdays. For ship two, it's going to be on Wednesdays. Do you get that? So Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 5 to 6. You see, it's not much of a big change. It's just the Thursday and Friday aspect that has been taken out. So we're going to be having it. We're going to be having like interactive WhatsApp calls on those days instead of live sessions like this. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays are going to be used to teach. Then we can then have interactive sessions. I know there's already a system to take in your questions using the Google Forms. So we're also going to be incorporating that so that you can ask your questions and you can get your answers. So if you understand this, let me know. This is also going to be passed across by Ian. She's going to pass the message across to all the ships, both ships. So yeah, but just to let you guys know now that you're here. Um, yeah, so we're going to go live or straight into introduction into goal setting. I'm very very happy to be welcoming you guys once again. And at the end of this, you should understand not just what goal setting is, but you should also be able to set a meaningful goal, set a solid goal for yourself, right? And if you're here with your journals and your pen, let me know. If not, go back and go and take it to go. You're not ready. You're not ready because it's so important to be able to note down revelations that you get from setting sessions like this or some specific sessions like this. It's so so important that you're able to pen those things down because you will remember next week. You remember everything next week in its contextual form. You're going to forget a few things about them, and that shouldn't be something that you would get used to. Okay, so let's get right into the class. I'm not going to be sharing screen. I'm just going to be teaching straight up. So please make sure that you're paying attention. I hope that you guys have a study network. And if there's any reason you need me to go back on something, please feel free to mention. All right, we have about 1 hour to finish this, so feel free to always mention. Right. So at the end of this class, this is the first class. At the end of this class, you should be learning um, the definition of goal setting, the importance of goals in your personal and professional life, You should be learning common misconceptions about goal setting and the psychological benefits of having goals, as well as the examples of effective goal setting. This is somebody say power. This is power packed. So these are the things that you should be learning at the end of this class. And yes, let me know. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. All right, awesome. These are the things that you should be learning at the end of this class. So let's see how we can make my plan feasible to teach all of this in 1 hour. Also, if you are getting the course, this will be module one in the course. But yeah, getting right into it. So yes, the definition of goal setting. Now, goal setting is a process. Number one, these are the things you should note about goal setting. It's a process, and in that process, you get to identify specific, measurable, and time bound objectives that you as an individual, or let's say an organization, if it's a professional body, aims to achieve. So, goal setting, simply put, is the process of identifying specific, measurable, and time bound objectives that you as an individual want to achieve. Now, you should understand that I mean, with this definition, you should understand that it's not enough that you're able to identify a goal that you want to achieve, but what makes it uh, what makes you or what takes you a step further to achieving the goal is measuring it and setting a specific time to achieve that goal. So it's not just about you saying, "Oh, I want to do this," or you saying, "Oh, I want to achieve that," but it's actually you setting, "Oh, I want to achieve this in this time, and this is how big the goal is, or this is how short the goal is, or rather than big, let's say long. This is how long or short the goal is." So it's a process of identifying these things, measuring them, and also setting a time frame to achieve them. Now, when it comes to goal setting, it involves you identifying what you want to accomplish and then establishing a clear plan to reach those desired outcomes. And now, in the process of identifying those desired outcomes, you are provided with direction, you are provided with clarity, and you're provided with focus to help you achieve meaningful results. Does that make sense? Was that simple enough for you to digest? So when next someone says or someone asks you what is a goal, you know that you need to remember that it is first of all an objective, then it's an objective that is time bound, and it's an objective that is measurable. You know, so just always remember those three key things. I can give you a test now. But just remember those three key things, okay? Let me know if you got that. Now moving into the purpose of goal setting. The purpose of goal setting. Who can tell me one purpose of goal setting? Why am I making this class interactive? I said I'm not going to make it interactive. I always include feedback. It's one of my coaching mechanisms. I don't think I can do without it. This is a test for me. This is a test for me. But yeah, let's just go right into the purpose of goal setting. The purpose of goal setting, I'm giving four. So the four purposes of goal setting that I'll be sharing will be: number one, for direction and focus; two, for motivation; three, to measure progress; and four, accountability. One, for direction and focus; two, for motivation; three, to measure progress; and four, accountability. Now, the short explanations on all four of them. The first one, for direction and focus: goals provide a clear direction and focus for you by helping you to understand where you are heading and what you need to concentrate on to get there. So in understanding how goals help you, to stay direct, to stay on a direct path and to stay focused on that path, is because it helps you to concentrate on not just that path, but what you need to continue on that path. Now, you notice that there are certain times when you decide to do something, you don't really exactly know, or you don't exactly know how it's going to come to pass. But because you have set yourself um, on that path, you then begin to realize and like sort of know what you need. You begin to know what you need and the things that you need to concentrate on to actually get to the place you want to be. So that's how goals provide direction and focus for you. And then two, for motivation, our setting goals create a sense of purpose and motivation. And how this happens is when you have a clear objective, you're more likely to stay committed and put in the effort needed to achieve it. Take, for example, how I shared at the beginning how I'm supposed to be resting right now, but because I have blocked all my time and I'm like, yes, I'm going to be here. I have to be here. If not, I'm really, really going to go through it next week because I'm then going to have to bring two modules together, and that's going to be a whole lot. Right. That might not be as effective as I want it to be. It's not impossible, but it might affect the way I want to deliver this class, right? So, your goals have a way of motivating you, and you are motivated because you have that sense of purpose, because you know that there's something that you should be doing, there's something that is pushing you to do much more. And yes, this moves me to the third purpose of goal setting, which is to measure progress. Your goals allow for the measurement of progress. And by setting specific milestones, you can track your progress and make necessary adjustments to stay on course. So when you set some sort of measurement, in the course, there was something that I repeated. I said set your success metric. I'll most likely repeat it in another unit that has to deal with measurement. So set your success metric. When you're setting your goal, what will make a goal successful to you? What would make you feel successful at the end of achieving that goal? What would, it's not just the achievement alone. You need some sort of motivation for yourself to set another goal. Because the reason why you are able to set a bigger goal that is bigger, that's bigger than the past goal that you have been setting, is because of the result you got from setting that goal in the first place. So achieving one goal can either motivate you or just bring your morale down, and you move on to setting lower goals. So you need to be able to measure your progress, right? And this is something that goals allow you to do. They allow you measure your progress. And how do you measure your progress, or how do you set yourself up for some sort of measurement? You do it by first of all setting specific milestones so that you can track them. Because if there are no milestones, how would you even track them in the first place, right? So then the fourth one, for accountability. Your goals establish accountability in the sense that when your goals are set, you allow yourself to be held accountable for your performance and outcome. One of the things that you're going to be doing in this class is to set your goal. We're going to have that's going to be in the active goal setting class, the practical goal setting class. You realize how accountable you can be. So you have someone telling you, or maybe someone is not even telling you. Let me not get you buried into the idea of having an accountability partner yet, because you need to have some sort of self motivation. You need to equip yourself first before you are then able to rely on someone, because it even takes a lot to rely on someone. It might seem like um, relying on someone is easier. It's easy sometimes, but it's really, really not exactly easier. It actually takes more to rely on someone because, first of all, you have to trust your gut and trust your own instincts to rely on that person for that person to then be your accountability partner. There has to be some sort of vulnerability between you and that person. And if you're not yet vulnerable with yourself, how would you be vulnerable with another person? It's going to be much harder because then you're going to battle with issues like trust, like obedience, issues like accountability, even because sometimes the person is, yeah, and correction. Because when the person is correcting you, you're going to be like, who are you to do that? So sometimes you need to learn to fight these things and conquer them within yourself first, before then understanding how to work with an accountability partner. If you have an accountability partner like me, hey, you would you would achieve that thing you want to achieve, no matter what it takes. All right. So, uh, and I mean to prepare you for such accountability partners like me, you need to really, really sit up and work some things out within yourself first. So yeah, these are the four purposes of goal setting rather, and how they can come in, how they can come to play. Yes. Now we're gonna go into the types of goals. Now the types of goals are majorly two. There are short-term and long-term goals. And the short-term goals are objectives. Let's start with short-term goals first. The short-term goals are the objectives that can be achieved in a relatively short period of time. It's usually within a few days to a few months. And it's important to note that a short term goal serves as a stepping stone into a longer goal, or into a goal that will take a longer time to achieve. So oftentimes your long term goals come from a cumulative um, number of your short-term goals. I mean, they come from there. And examples of short-term goals would be your weekly to-do tasks. Or today, for example, for Coach Emin, today or right now, she's having the Compass 1.0 class. By 6:15 p.m., she should be done with the class. By 6:30, she should be resting. By 7 o'clock, she should be replying DMs. By 7:30, dinner should have been ready. By 8, she should have eaten. By 9, meetings. By 10, another meeting. By 11, she should have been asleep. Or maybe watching a movie. Whatever Coach Emi wants to do. But those are like weekly to do tasks. For example, this is daily. This is like a daily or night schedule. So, what is your own weekly to do tasks? There are goals. So, you should start treating these things not just like random activities, but actual goals that you want to achieve. Now, the long term goals are broader objectives that require a longer time to achieve them, and they're often in several years. Now, long term goals are so good because they provide a vision for your future and they guide your overall direction to achieving the goals. Now, there is a week dedicated to teaching long and short term goals. And there are also other goals like personal goals, which are goals that you set for yourself. They are individual objectives related to personal growth, health, relationships, well-being, skill development, uh, things like that. So they're majorly just tailored to what you want for yourself. And there are also professional goals which are related to career advancement, professional achievements, skill development, and the financial goals are objectives focused on your financial stability, savings, investment, wealth accumulation, things like that. Then academic goals are strictly tailored to your academics, educational achievements, such as completing a degree, earning a specific grade, or etc. Right. So now we're going to be going into the importance of goals in your personal and professional life. Okay. Yes. So how was that? Um, how was the first part? Was it cool? Y'all get it? Yeah, I'm saying that's so nice. Good to know that it was easily digestible. This is so yes, now let's get into the next. Now the importance of goals in personal and professional life. You need to understand that goals play a crucial role in shaping both the personal and professional life. They serve as roadmaps. They serve as some sort of navigational tool. This is why there is a compass in the first place, because this they serve as a navigational tool, if you know what I mean. So let's take for example your long-term goals. As I said, are goals that give you like a broad perspective of your future, where you want to be, where you are heading in life. And then your short-term goals are like the step-by-step processes you take to achieving those long-term goals. They're like daily steps. That's a baby steps, like daily baby steps you take to reach those long-term goals. And just to add this, it's very important that as you hear me explain these things, you find yourself in them. So you begin to think of areas where you need to improve, areas you know that you're weak at, and just places where you might have questions. That's how you'll be able to ask the right questions when you relate them to yourself. Excuse me. When you relate them to yourself. So do not fail to do that. They're really, really going to help you. So personalize everything that you're hearing right now. Personalize every single thing you're hearing right now, right? Great. So I'm going to be giving explanations on or how why rather on why goals are important and how they can impact various aspects of your life, starting with um, goals in personal life. Now, in in your health, in your well-being, in your relationships, in your financial stability, in your hobbies and interests, these 5 areas, setting your goals are so important. Now, if when you're setting goals related to your health, such as regular exercises, balanced diet, etc., they help you live a healthy lifestyle and an improved well-being. When you're setting goals in your relationships, such as spending time with family and friends, improving your communication skills, they are so important. They help you to make changes in those aspects of your life. And when you're setting goals that have to do with your financial stability, such as saving for a new home or just planning for some sort of celebration for yourself, it really, really also helps you to work towards that thing. So you need to understand that no matter what it is, as long as it has to do with your personal life, your daily um what's it called? Your daily activities. Your goals have a way of helping you focus on them and achieving them. So there is this saying. I'm gonna paraphrase that when you write things down, you are easily you're able to go back to them easily. Like when you write things down, you're able to go back to them easily and just work on them. And it's very important because, how do you want to remember that these are series of goals that you need to bring to pass or to bring to life when you did not write them down? So it's so important to always note your goals and also put yourself in situations where you can understand them and you can go back to achieving them. Now, in your professional life, your goals help in areas like career advancement, in your performances and satisfaction in your jobs. So, for career advancement, you realize that when you set a goal for yourself, especially if it's a career goal, or something that has to do with your advancement at your place of work, like a promotion or learning a new skill. or expanding your professional network, you you have a higher chance of achieving your goals when you set them, or achieving those goals when you set them. So these are ways that setting goals can affect your career advancement. And for your job performance, when you you understand your job and you understand your expectations, like the expectations that you want to strive to meet or exceed. When you understand them, you then also understand the things that you need to get them done. Because one thing that you might be failing to do is to understand your problems. The funny thing is, when you see a problem, you want to run away from the problem. You don't think that you should be going through some sort of problem, but it's actually not so. It's one of the wrongest perspectives ever, because when you see a problem, you should be motivated to want to know what caused that problem. So I see a lot of people have problems and then they're like, I can't handle this, I think I should run away. They might not even say it with their mouth, but that's their mindset. So if you're thinking, oh, this is a problem right here, and you're like, oh, make I need problem for we get down. You're the one, Yana, you get down. So you have to actually face it head on. So don't run away from your problems, all right? Don't run away from things that look like they're clear. Rather, sit down with it. Understand the dynamics of problems, especially the recurring ones in your life, right? And try to solve them. Always try to solve those problems. Always try to solve those problems. It's so important, all right? It's so important. Uh, so yeah, this is not just about a professional career. This is not just about personal goals. I mean, it's a natural law. It works all around. So whenever there's a problem next time, don't run away from it. Don't be a coward. Sit down with it. I know the important thing of this is also when you're able to solve these problems for yourself, you're able to help other people as well. One of the reasons why I can stand here or sit here rather comfortably and teach you about goal setting is because I know how to set my own. I have gone through the the troubles of learning to set mine for myself. And now I can confidently and comfortably teach it to people over and over and over and over again and see them get great results. So this is not even going to be the first time, neither is it going to be the last time. So if you have understood the dynamics of a particular problem that you have been facing consecutively or often, you can solve it, right? You can begin to solve it because when you sit with it, you understand why the problem is there, how the problem came to be, and what will cause the problem to disappear. So if you don't understand all those things, how do you want to pursue it? Have you actually realized that there are certain times when you decide to sit with something that is bugging you, you begin to understand how it even came to be in the first place? Like, how did this problem even enter my life? Why am I even here? What role did I have to play in this thing? What do I do to make sure that doesn't happen next time? That's when you begin to set some sort of structure around your life, such that it's like a counter attack kind of thing. So let's just say there's a shield in front of you, and you know that the thing is coming. And it's like, bam, just like when Wonder Woman is having her shield in front of her, and then she's like, ooh, enter door. So something like that. It really just helps you to bounce those things back. And goal setting is one thing that will help you to see your shortcomings. You see your shortcomings. You see the gigantic goals you'll be setting and how you can make them better. All right. And rest assured, we're going to get to the point where you learn how to set goals. And goal setting is not limited. Do not limit it. If you want to get yourself a beautiful bag, it's a goal. You then need to realize the things you need to do to get yourself that bag. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not something that you should limit. Don't limit it. All right. So yeah, that's that. And now we're going to be moving into misconceptions about goal setting. Right, misconceptions about goal setting. Have you been understanding? So far, so good. If you have questions, uh, if you have questions, don't ask on the live. We're going to lose. I'm going to lose the questions. Rather, ask on the on the Ship One channel. Yeah, ask on the Ship One channel. Whew, I'm going to take a 2 minutes break. I need to catch my breath. So while I catch my breath, I'm also going to send in the form link for asking questions on Ship One. All right, so the link has been sent to the Ship One channel. So just except you have a premium YouTube account, I'm not sure you can leave YouTube and then open another app. But yeah, the question form has been sent, and you can ask your questions comfortably. Do not ask on the live chat, except it's just something you want to get clarified real quick. I actually won't forget. I have retentive memory. So yes, this is Unit 3, and we're going to be discussing common misconceptions about goal setting. This is one. Should I save this? I think I'm going to save this class for the interactive WhatsApp class. I feel like saving it. It's because this is something I want to have with everyone. I want everyone to first share something that they have found funny, or something funny that they have heard about goal setting before. Like, what did someone tell you was so? What did someone tell you about goal setting that you know that Bam is wrong, or maybe you didn't even know it was wrong, but just something you've heard about goal setting that didn't exactly sound like it was right. Yeah, I really wanted to hear from from people. So I think I'll be saving this class for later. What do you guys think? I'm saving it for later. Misconceptions about goal setting. So let's just say we're going to talk about this on. Let's see what tomorrow or Thursday is going to be. But yeah, let's go into the psychological benefits of having goals. Psychological benefits of having goals. If we still have time to discuss misconceptions of goal setting, we will do that. If we still have time before 6:15, we will do that. So we're gonna go into psychological benefits of having goals. So yeah, the psychological benefits of having goals is to launch you into ways that your mind is triggered to be productive. You know, there are certain times your mind is not as productive because you're not giving it something to do. You're not giving it something to strive for. You're not giving it something to work on. So one of the psychological benefits of having goals, let's say my number one psychological benefit of having goals is number one, goals provide you with purpose and direction. Goals give you a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. Goals make it clear where you want to go and what you want to achieve. Get that? Great. Now, this will be a great time to map out a life goal that you have and the steps that you need to actually achieve them. This will be a great time to do those things or to save it for later. But then you I mean, yeah, let's have it as an interactive activity. So map out a life goal and the steps that you need to achieve it. Right. This is going to be, I'm going to put this on, I'm going to put this on the channel too. Map out a life goal and what it would take, what you think it would take to achieve it. Okay, great. So these are things that will frame our conversation in a few days to come. Was that understandable enough? Yes, it was. Oh, so yes, the second psychological benefit of goal setting is it enhances your motivation because goals act as a motivator. Like I said, you give your brain something to strive for, and when you give yourself something to strive for, it increases your enthusiasm, it increases your drive. For example, if you're an employee and you're aiming for a promotion, you're more likely to be motivated at work. You're more likely to take on extra responsibilities. You're more likely to seek professional development opportunities. You're more likely to take a course, something to increase your skill in that regard. So you're more likely to, to set the bar high for your life and just follow on with it. Right. So now you're going to, uh, I mean, in regards to this, an activity that you should begin to embrace is to start a journal where you can begin to write down your goals and track your progress. So in the process of tracking your progress, you'd understand how your motivation fluctuates and what you need to do to keep it high, what you need to do to keep being motivated. So your motivation is not steady. It's very much fluctuating in nature. You can't keep a steady what's it called? You can't keep a steady motivation level. It fluctuates from time to time. Some days you don't feel like doing anything. Other days you feel like yes, you can take over the world and you can do everything. So you need to notice how that fluctuates and what you need to do. Now, the third way is by improving your self confidence. So, goals improve your self confidence, and it does this by reinforcing a positive self image over yourself because each success builds the belief in your abilities. So, you believe in your abilities so much, you're like, wow, I actually did that. Yes, you did that, and that helps you to set a bigger goal. That helps you to go again. And an example would be, let's say you overcame a challenging project at work or at school, and you know that project can enhance your self-confidence. And the next thing you're like, I'm going to take on this project again, not just because you're super motivated, but because you feel like you can take on a a bigger thing and succeed in it. So there's this feeling of success, and inevitably leads to your personal growth as well, because then you understand how you how you uh, how you can learn new things to help yourself grow. You understand how you can help yourself grow by learning skills, learning different things that you need to learn. So yeah, these are the ways that goals help you to boost your self-confidence. These are the ways that goals help you to boost your confidence. And yes, they are the psychological benefits of goal setting. You get that? So now we're going to be moving into, why do I feel like this light is fluctuating? I said it. I said it. But now we're going to be moving into, I'm pretty sure you can still see me. We're moving into the examples of effective goal setting, and this is the Unit 5 aspect of the course. But then the first example is, all through this course there are about four examples that you would see me explain or break down. There's the professional aspect, there's the personal health aspect, there is the financial aspect, then and there's one other aspect as well. Yes, the academic aspect. So these four aspects, you'd hear me break them down more often because they actually frame key areas of your life as well as your spirit too. So that aspect frames a key area of your life. These aspects are so important because you can't say you would pursue a professional goal but you will let down a personal health goal. It's not cool. Yeah, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. And you wouldn't also want to carry on a goal with a personal health that is not entirely in a good state. It's not a great thing, right? It's not a great thing to do. But yes, just always make sure that you find yourself in these examples that I'll be giving. So the first is the professional goal setting, and an example will be, oh, I aim to become a project manager within 2 years by completing my project management certification. But then a smart goal will be very different from this. So in this unit, examples of effective goal setting, you're going to be understanding what it means to set a random, regular goal, no time bound. I mean, it's not time bound. There's no time frame attached. You're just saying, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that." And the difference between that kind of goal and a smart goal. Now, a very, very great example would be, in contrast to aiming to just become a project manager within 2 years by completing relevant certifications and all of that. A very good example to contradict this would be saying, "Oh, I will become a certified management professional within 2 years by completing the required coursework and passing the project management professional examination." Now, you notice that the difference between this example and that example is, first of all, there is a time frame attached to it. There is the personal work that is required to be done attached to it. There is a name of the examination that needs to be passed attached to it. So you can't say you want to achieve a goal, but you don't have these things attached to it. There is no specific detail attached. How do you want to bring that goal to pass? So you are more likely to achieve a goal that is specific, a goal that is measurable, a goal that you can be accountable to, something that can keep you on your feet, something that is realistic, something that is time bound. You're more likely to achieve those goals than just one goal that you set. That you're like, in the next 2 years, I want to build a house. In the next 5 years, I want to build the church. You're more likely to achieve goals that are set in that kind of structure than to achieve one goal that you just picked from here, picked from there. And like, okay, let's see what happens. Time will tell. Time is not going to tell. You are going to design it and set yourself up for the success that you need to attain. So that's how it works. Now, a goal like this will require you to create a certification plan. So if you know that you have a goal like this, you need to create a certification plan. If your goal is, something in line with your profession, your career. For example, like me, I backed a business coaching license certificate, a life coaching license certificate as well. Not just because I can't stand to say, oh, I'm a life coach. I can. even without the certificate. I can when you hear the words coming out of my mouth. But oftentimes it's good to just have something to show, like this is it written in paper, signed by this person or these two people. So you have to be able to say, this is where I came from. This is what I have taken. These are the steps I have taken to become this person. I didn't just wake up and jump on this thing. I actually studied, and there's a part in the holy book that says study to show yourself approved. So you need to show that yes, I actually took all the steps, all the necessary professional steps to take to be here. So that is one thing that having a professional certification does to you, that it's relevant to your field, and it's so great. So if you've not been doing that, you should begin to do it. You really should begin to do it. So the second example is a personal health goal. Now imagine you say, oh, I'm going to lose weight by committing to a workout routine. It's like, oh, when I commit myself to a workout routine, I'll lose weight. I mean, will I not lose weight? I will lose weight now. But you still got to carry a big bag of junk that you're not supposed to be consuming. You know what I'm talking about. You know. Mm-hmm. You know now. I mean, those of you who do it, you know. So you shouldn't be doing things like that. So, and it's not just about saying I want to lose weight. It's you need some step by step process. Now that's a regular goal, but then a smart goal will be you saying, excuse me, saying I will exercise for 30 minutes, 5 days a week for the next 3 months by attending gym classes and running. So even though you might not exactly know that there's some workout called heat workout, there are dedicated days for different body parts. There are some workout equipment like dumbbells, kettlebells, um, Smith machine, all those things. You may not know those big names yet, but at least you have a goal that you set a time to it. I would exercise for 30 minutes daily, 5 days a week, rather. For the next 3 months, you're giving yourself 90 days. And sometimes 90 days I mean, not even sometimes, I've noticed that 90 days is enough to see results in something. When you devote yourself to doing something for 90 days, it takes 7 days to build a habit. But then 90 days to see if you succeed or fail, at least for the first phase. So it's good to design things in phases and just give yourself some time to achieve those things. So 90 days is a great time to see some good results from working out at the gym. And this person is saying, "Oh, I'm going to not just attend gym classes, but I'm also going to run," which is obviously the latter is smarter than the former. So that's how you set smart goals. So this is the same for setting goals in assets of finances. So you can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to save down payment for this house." How much is the money you need to save? How much does the apartment cost? I mean, all fees included. Okay, let's just say it costs $20,000. Okay, break that amount down into the number of months you want to achieve the goal. I mean, break it into that number so you know how much you need to be putting aside monthly. So it's not just saying I want to do this, but actually taking the steps to do the things that you need to do. Do you get it? Do you get it? I've successfully finished this module in 1 hour, guys. In fact, less than 1 hour. So, which means that we have time to work on the interactive misconceptions about goal setting. So, I'm just going to throw that question. What is one misconception you've heard about goal setting? And now you might not entirely understand what I mean by misconception. So, I'm going to give you one example from my end. Is that okay? I'll give you one example from my end, and then you give me an example from your end as well. Now, a very good misconception that even I myself have heard about goal setting way before I understood the art of setting and achieving goals is that your goals your goals should be very, very big, right? That's one misconception I've heard about goal setting. That your goals must be big and grand. Has anyone ever heard such a thing before? Have you heard when people tell you if your goals don't scare you, they're not good enough. If you've heard that thing before, let's say something. Let me know. So it's actually a misconception about goals. Your goals mustn't be big and grand. It's very, very reasonable when you set a goal for yourself and it's a bigger goal, like it's like a bigger variation of a goal that you recently achieved. It's very, very good. But then when people tell you things like your goals should be big and grand, if it ain't big, then they put some motivational beats there. If it ain't big, if it don't scare you, it ain't big enough. Gagam, gagam, gagam. I know you've heard it a lot of times. So that's one massive misconception about goal setting. Your goals mustn't be big and grand. And many people believe that goals need to be significant and life changing to be valuable. However, smaller and incremental goals are just as important and they can lead to substantial progress over time. So it's not just you setting the big, gigantic, scary goal, but what are the little steps you are taking to achieve them? They are so important. If you can't build discipline around the smaller things that you're doing daily, how do you want to build discipline to achieve the big goal that you have set? So many people will say, oh, set the scary goal, but won't lay emphasis on the steps that you need to take, the person you need to become to actually achieve that scary goal that you are setting. It's just like you are doing fraud. It's fraudulent. It's fraudulent in nature. I mean, it's very fraudulent in nature. You set a big goal, but you can't do the little things to achieve that goal. It's very wrong. Okay. So begin to focus on those smaller and incremental goals that you can set. And an example would be aiming to read one book in a month rather than setting a goal to read 100 books in a year. Some of you set big goals like that. I've read a book in a day before. So I know that I can do it. Someone pushed me to do it. The person pushed me to do it because he wanted me to expand my mindset. And that's a different scenario. That's a different scenario. So I read big book in a day. And I know the things I didn't do that day so that I could read that book. So rather than aiming to read one book or 100 books in a year, why not try reading one book in a month? And if one book in a month is too much for you, why not try reading 10 pages a day? 10 pages is too much. Why not try reading 5 pages a day? In the year, you should have read at least 20 books. That is something. That's something compared to someone who didn't used to read books before. Now, when you read 20 books in a year, next year, there will be this drive in you to want to achieve reading 50 books. And then you know that, oh, you've got to read about 30 to 50 pages in a day because you're trying to increase that number. So it's actually, I mean, real growth is in the little steps. It's in the little steps that you take. It's not in the overall big. Nah, it's not there. You won't find it there. You'll find it in the little steps that you take every day. You guys are laughing. Yes, it's the truth. That's just it. So now the second misconception is that your goals must be perfect. Is that my goals must be perfect. Your handwriting, self, you're still battling with your handwriting. You're like, oh, it's not perfect. Speaking about handwriting, it took a long time for me to learn how to write the letter M and letter W. I don't know how I didn't get to learn it fast. That was in primary school though. That was in primary school though. But I got to learn how to write letter W and letter M very well in secondary school. It took time. I don't actually, till today, I still ask myself, why can't I write W and M? I mean, not why can't I, or why couldn't I write it fast? Why did I not learn how to do it fast? But I didn't judge myself. I'm like, oh, it's not important. At least I can write it now. Thank God. So, I mean, imagine if I was judging myself now, like, oh, my letter M is not perfect, my letter W is not perfect. I know some people write in beautiful calligraphy, and I begin to compare myself to them. Just imagine if I started to do those evil things to myself. They're evil. Comparing yourself to people, compare yourself to other people. It's not cool. Stop it. Now, the second misconception is goals must be perfect. Perfectionism will prevent you from setting goals at all. Let me just tell you. By the time you even manage to set a goal, you begin to look at it and you're like, this one is not looking good. Oh. Let me cancel it. Pium, pium. Pium, pium, you cancel it. And the next thing, maybe you wouldn't even know, but then you become paralyzed because you are so scared that you're not achieving a perfect outcome. So, how you can counter this is instead of aiming for a perfect goal, instead of aiming for example, let's say a perfect fitness regime, why not start by exercising 3 times a week? Why not start by reading 2 pages of that book? Why not start by even writing what you feel about your goals first? Why not start by expressing your fears first before you then write the things that you might need to get done? The things you think you need to get done by yourself first, too. Like write out those things by yourself first. Then you can now go to a coach. For example, you can come to me now, not that you're in my class, you can come to me and say, oh, these are the things that I think I have struggled with. These are the solutions I think I have been able to provide by myself, but I think I need further help. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like you try to help yourself first. Not that you come and say, I don't know what to do. Is you that will help me? No, you have to, there has to be that willingness to help yourself first before another person will be able to help you. In fact, another person will be able to help you better when you've tried to help yourself first, or when you have an understanding of what's happening first. And it would even save you both of you more time because that person will be trying to brain rack what's happening to this person. I can't wrap my head around it first, right? So yes, your goals must not be perfect. They'll paralyze you. So start with something. So yeah, those are the two misconceptions that I'll be sharing. I'll probably share one more during the week, but those are the two misconceptions that I'll be sharing. And yes, it is a 602, and we've covered a whole lot. Covered a whole lot. A whole lot. So yeah, what other misconceptions have you heard about goal setting? Uh, Let me check. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, so Sylvia says I have clarified a misconception because she never knew that weekly to do tasks are a part of goal settings. Yes, they are. So begin to actually see these areas of your these little areas as goals that you are setting for yourselves. If not, you wouldn't be able to grasp the entirety of goal setting. You think it's a small thing. You think it's small. It's not small. Oh. It's not small. Everything that is big today started with a plan. It started with a plan. And what is a plan? It's a goal to, oh, this is something I want to do tomorrow. What is a goal? A goal is an outcome, it's a set expected outcome. The thing you want to do tomorrow is an outcome. What is an outcome? Something that you want to see happen. So how is that different from a goal? It's not any different. So you need to begin to set your daily routines with a whole lot of increased sensitivity because you see them as things that are pivotal. And if you have a long-term goal, break every day into steps that will take you to that long term goal, steps that will help you achieve that long term goal. It's really, really going to help you change your perception about goal setting. It's just going to change a whole lot about it. So yes, you can ask your questions on the yeah on sheet one. There's a link for questions. Ask away. Ask. Today's class has come to an end. So yeah, the interactive, get together class will be on Thursday. Yeah, by midday on Thursday, probably by 5 2. So we're gonna have that. It's gonna have that chat. So I've dropped some tasks on sheet one. So those were the tasks that I spoke of right here on on the call, right here on the live class. So you need to do those, and we're going to talk about them. When we come together to review what you have done. So the interactive class is just going to be more like, well, what have you done? What was the deal breaker for you? What was something that really really stuck out for you? How have you been able to bring that to like actualization in your day to day, right? So that's what it's going to be like. So make sure that the things you have learned, you implement them. Big changes. I have a friend. She gives this motivation. She says big changes come from the little steps you take daily. I'm paraphrasing right now, and they all matter. So every step matters. Every little tiny winning step matters a whole lot in how you handle this. So make sure that you do that. So then check sheet one. We'll be dropping more information this week. See you guys in the next class where we'll be talking about the importance of goal setting, which is going to be next week. Next week. All right. So I'm bringing this live to an end. Do take care of yourselves, guys. Sending love and light your way. Bye. Bye bye.